So today's video is a little different than me talking about celebrities. Like, y'all will see that happen often, but sometimes it's not just about celebrities. Other things move my spirit. Other things inspire me or encourage me. And my attention go in many different directions. It's whatever that I gravitate to. So for people who may not know, Saturday that just passed, I believe it was Saturday, that Texas experienced a flood to the point that it had killed a lot of people. So real quick, welcome back to the Reawaken Podcast. I am your host, B. Please check out the description box for more information on the Reawaken Podcast if you are new. See, I wasn't aware of this, guys, until yesterday. My husband and I and the kids were trying to make homemade Chinese store shrimp rolls. And listen, I picked out the wrong paper. So the paper I picked out was more for spring rolls. So I kind of messed up not just the heat. I don't want to say the heat, the oil. There we go. The oil didn't hold everything. Well, hold the paper. So it was too oily. It was a mess. I'm going to try it again. And this time I'm going to make sure that I get the right paper. So, and when we was making homemade Chinese shrimp rolls, my husband said to me, yo, did you check out the news about the flood in Texas? I didn't even know. A lot of the times I don't be knowing stuff. My husband be bringing it to my attention. And I said, what? So I immediately, he showed me on TikTok, because he have a TikTok account. I don't. But he showed me on his TikTok of what's going on. And then I started looking into it. And then I saw the news. On the news, they was talking about the flood. And listen, it moved me. It moved my spirit. I ain't gonna lie, because this was deep. And the reason why I say this was deep, because this was not predicted. Any other time, the weather people, the news station is able to predict the weather. They get it wrong sometimes. They get it right majority of the time. But this was severe. It was no warning to these people in Texas. The part of Texas, I don't know what part of Texas, but, well, I don't remember what part of Texas, but there was no warning to these people. There was no warning that this flood was coming, that it was going to be a severe storm. Everybody went on about their day, went to work, kissed their husband, had an argument, not talking to such and such, went on about whatever they are dealing with or in at that particular time, and it was over. Crazy. So listen, at least 82 people have died in the recent flood in central Texas. 82 people had died, with 28 of those being children. 41 people is unaccounted for, including 10 girls and 1 counselor from a camp. I thought that to be very sad. And my condolences, I wish the families the best and what they are going through, because I cannot imagine. See, my husband and I and our 5 children had moved out to a different state. And in this state that we are at, this is a lot of people moved here from what had took place in Florida. It was a flood in Florida. So it was a lot of people who was here from that. So people are being uprooted and relocated to a different state. Listen, when me and my husband moved here, it was like we moved to a different country. We had to learn. It's certain rules that's different here than it is where we're from, which is Philadelphia, where we're from. You know what I mean? The driving rules is different. Like, where I'm from, you don't turn left on no red light. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at, you can do that. On a red arrow, flashing arrow, should I say, when you're driving. So back to what I was saying. I couldn't believe what just took place. And I just want to say, you know, when we go through natural disasters or anything that is devastating, and it's like you had no idea that your life was about to shift, that your life was about to change, that somebody that you love, a child, a husband, a wife, a mother, an in-law, a friend, just not be a part of your life no more due to them dying. Let's just be real. It's crazy. It's crazy. You wake up and you don't know who's still around and who's not. And I just want to give some wise counsel. And the reason why I'm calling it wise is because this is straight from my heart, and this is what I consider to be the truth because of my belief system. When we go through things to seem to be very challenging or life-changing, to the point like this can take a while to get over, to the point that nobody seems to really understand, to the point that internally you're crying, you're hurt deeply. People just seem to not understand. No matter if you're going to a pastor, your best friend, to somebody, it just seemed like nobody understand what you're going through because your life just changed. It's not easy to get things moving again. Somebody just passed away. I just want somebody to know that it's not the all and be in. That this is just the new direction and a new season you are in. And yes, I must say, even if it comes to be a loved one that passed away. And hear me when I say this. The reason why I'm saying this is because death is not the all and be in. There's something greater beyond death. Death is just death from this earth that we live in. But after death, there is a life that is full of no possibilities, but all certainty and all good, which comes with someone who is greater and all knowing, who been with you the whole time as you were on this earth. But now you get to meet him and be there eternally. So death is something that we should rejoice for and not just make it all tears and all sadness. Because we know that we will see that person again. We know that death is a good experience because it's life beyond death. It's life beyond death. And although for some people may have to rebuild their life, and some people have lost a loved one. And to the people who had to rebuild their life, when we look at our life, it might have been some things that just needed to be rebuilt anyway. Right? When we look at our life, we also might feel trapped where we were at. This can be a way of escape for people in Texas. This can be a way of escape to leave what was causing bondage and into something new. You can start over in a different way, whatever way you want that to be, because of your new found freedom due to a new season. I try to remind myself that nothing is happening to me, but everything is happening for me. Even in confusion moments or seasons, even in moments or seasons that seem like, why is this happening to me? What was all this for if I created this and I started this and now this is removed from me, or this is taken from me, or this devastating event, which is this flood that took place in Texas, has happened to me. What was it all for? Remember that things happen for us, not to us. God is a God who shows no partiality. God is a God who shows that he loves us, because what could have killed us, what could have took us out, because it took you out. At least it seemed that it took you out. It took you out, but you actually was holding on the whole entire time because of God. So before I leave off of here, I would like to say this. Number one, death need to be celebrated. Not a sad thing. Not a bad thing. And that moment, yes, maybe for some. But believe it or not, people, I've been through a lot of things in life and I overcame a lot of things in life. And one thing I have noticed is this. Death is not a bad thing. It's the beginning to a life of eternity. If we choose a certain path, it can be life that is eternity. and starting over, as I would say, I'm the queen of starting over. Another topic for another day. But I'm definitely the queen of starting over. But anywho, it's not a bad thing. It seemed bad in the beginning, and it gets tiring, and it gets tiresome and old sometimes. But that's just the way your story is. And in order to get into a new season, sometimes a closure have to happen. And it's not our decision on how God chooses to close our chapter. Just know that it is closed for you who was in this Texas flood. It's closed for you. That season is done. It's over. It's closed for you. You must relocate and start your new life and enjoy, embrace, praise God, have mercy that he have saved you and given you a new opportunity to do it the way you really want it done. You really wanted it done. The way you dreamed of it happening before a disaster took place. All right, everybody. Well, I am out of here, and I'll see you on another video.